What's going on? So today we're going to react to a best point guard from every NBA team for the 2019-2020 season. So before we get into it all, this is actually the first video I'm recording after the tragic passing of Kobe. I didn't really want to do a video on it or anything. It just didn't feel right. But I guess I could talk about it for like 20 seconds or so. I've never really seen a death of like a celebrity affect so many people. Mostly because I feel like Kobe was one of the legends of my generation, definitely the younger generation as well. But watching him play, he was our generation's Jordan, obviously, for us. And it really affected a lot of people. He inspired a lot of people and everything like that. Me personally, I wasn't the biggest Kobe fan, and it still hit me really hard. I'm not gonna lie. I used to hate number 8, I guess. Yeah, I used to hate number 8. Well, I used to love to hate number 8, basically. I would always have arguments. LeBron is better than Kobe all the time, back in school, cafeteria days. But the more I had those arguments, the more I kind of fell in love with 24. What he became, who he was, what he did. And not because, I eventually thought he was a better player than LeBron, he was just his own different animal. And I feel like Kobe deserved that kind of respect. So I eventually ended up loving what he became. All right, so let's just get right into it. Best point guard from every team for this season.
The best point guard from every NBA team. As opposed to last year, we're going to include either bench players or starters. We're also going to include injured players as long as they're not career-altering. And once we get to the top,
I'm assuming definitely no Steph Curry. Hopefully Steph Curry's in it. He should be coming back soon.
So let's get started. Number 30, the Knicks with Frank Ntilikina. I mean,
yeah.
No words here. The fact that he's still the Knicks starting point guard, though, is
Dennis Smith would probably be a little higher, I think.
With Steph Curry. Some people might have been expecting Doncic for Dallas because a lot of people say he plays point guard, but I mean, he starts alongside Seth, who's a true point guard. And Luka's really just a positionless player, but a small forward more than anything else. So Curry gets the spot. Number 28 goes to the Lakers for Alex Caruso, the GOAT. This year, he's doing what no Laker, not even LeBron James, he's doing what no man has ever done, and bringing the balding head into style. Alright, for real though, he is the GOAT, and LeBron really has been playing point guard this season, and has been doing a great job at it. But just to not overcomplicate things, I'm going to be including him in a small forward video. Then number 27 goes to the Bulls for Kobe White, currently averaging 13 points, but only 2 assists a game, which is odd.
Yeah, the Bulls have a lot of point guards. Satoransky, Kobe White, Chris Dunn.
26 goes to the Magic for Markelle Fultz. Markelle's finding his way, slowly, but let's hope he gets back to 100% one day. And pause right here. Can we take a minute? Markelle Fultz got drafted, had some crazy weird mystery shoulder injury, forgot how to shoot, fixed his shoulder, and completely relearned how to shoot the ball before Ben Simmons has ever made a regular season three-pointer. What? 25 goes to
this must be kind of an older video. I think Ben Simmons hit 1 or 2 3-pointers already by now. But that's still a fact, though. All that, and Ben Simmons still can't shoot.
And this one could just as easily go to DeJounte Murray or Patty Mills, but we're going to give the slight edge to Murray here. 24.
Yeah, I'd give it to Murray, too.
With Jeff Teague. With how little we've heard from Jeff
Teague, he got traded, so...
It's hard to believe he was ever an...
I think their starting point guard now is Shabazz Napier. And if they were ranking him, I'm pretty sure he'd be much lower than this.
All-star at one point. The Clippers take number 23 for Patrick Beverley, and I originally had Beverley a few spots higher, but I mean, just defense alone can only get you so far. Beverley may be the best defensive point guard in the league today, but that's all he's got going for him. Number 22 goes to the Pelicans for Lonzo Ball.
Alright. I'm going to disagree with this. Since it is an older video, it's probably before the new year. Lonzo's really been killing it in the new year. Damn, I don't think there's 21 better point guards than Lonzo. All right, but let's just see. Let's hear him out. Let's see who he has.
Breakout again. He does look more composed and experienced on the court, and the physical aspects of his shot look a lot better. But I mean,
yeah, his three-point shot got a lot better. It looks better too. Training with JJ really helped him out.
But as a few guys are teaching us this year, it's never.
I guess he's kind of gonna be kind of like the comparison point. I think for the rest of the video, I'm just gonna compare if Lonzo's better or not.
maybe scratch that. It might be a little too late for the Wizards at 21 with Isaiah Thomas.
Starting with Isaiah Thomas, I would definitely have Lonzo above Isaiah.
IT still fully believes in himself, but I think it's clear at this point that the
there's no way I would take IT. At least now, career-wise, yeah, probably, but now this season, nah.
Who has broken out recently though is number 20 for the Miami Heat with Kendrick Nunn. There's a ton of new players that have stepped up this
Damn, this is a tough one too.
And Kendrick's one.
So Nunn is scoring really, really well, but it's been down recently. I guess teams are learning to adjust and guard him better, but the defense that Lonzo and the playmaking that Lonzo brings, I don't know. I would probably have Lonzo above Kendrick Nunn.
To now being 20th on the list of best point guards from every team. As expected, though, some of his hype has died down a little because teams are doing a little bit of a better job of slowing him down because they know what to expect.
Like I said.
But he's still averaging 17 a game right now, so let's hope he keeps that up. 19, the Hornets and Devontae Graham. In casual Hornets fashion, they get
this is another one that with Lonzo it's kind of hard to like compare because Devontae Graham has such a small sample size, but he's been playing amazing. I'm not gonna discredit him.
But Devontae's clearly the Hornets' best right now and could rank higher as the year goes on.
I think he'd probably move up.
For Ja Morant. From the little we've seen from Ja,
I seemed a little low for Ja, even in my opinion.
NBA in the next few years, with him currently putting up 18, 6, and 3 to start the season. He'll definitely rank higher down the line as his game gets more polished, and as soon as he quits making small rookie mistakes and gets more consistent. And those reasons are why number 17 belongs to the Cavs and Colin Sexton, because he's been eliminated.
Alright, so I definitely think Ja is better than Sexton. Definitely think Lonzo's better than Sexton. I even think Devontae Graham is better than Sexton, actually. So Sexton would be much lower in my list.
And at first, I wasn't really a big fan of his, but he's really starting to develop into a great player.
He's a great scorer. He's like a Lou Williams kind of guy. He's not a really good facilitator.
But in only a second year so far, he looks great. 16, the Suns with Ricky Rubio. Now, the past few players are much better scorers than Rubio.
I can't really argue with Rubio. He's having a pretty okay season.
It didn't really feel right to rank any of them over Rubio, especially with how much he's changed the way the Phoenix Suns look this year. He's just the playmaker that they needed to go alongside Devin Booker, and early on, it's easy to see that that's true. Another solid fit on their new team is the Pistons at number 15, which goes to Derrick Rose. Reggie Jackson's the starter when healthy.
He's killing it.
The clear better player, and looks like he's on the path to having a similar year to what he did last year, averaging about 18 a game off the bench.
Right now, he's averaging like 25 and 8, I think, 25 and 7, something like that. Very close to his MVP numbers.
Given how the Pistons are built, it's great to see him reviving his career, but we need to start seeing him take a lot more threes. 14, the Bucks with Eric Bledsoe. I mean, Bledsoe's a solid point guard,
arguments
but
here.
It's clear the Bucks should have done what they had to keep Malcolm Brogdon. But we'll get to that.
Yeah, losing out on Brogdon is really gonna hurt him. They're still an amazing team, but having Brogdon really helped them.
But then we step things up a little bit with number 13 and the Kings and De'Aaron Fox. De'Aaron's slowly making his way into the top 10 point guard discussion. And if things go as planned, he'll end up there in no time. But for right now, this is where he ranks. And surprisingly, the Kings have done a solid job at surrounding him with a lot of talent. But also surprisingly, they're still not a winning team. Hopefully, as he gets better, though, he can be the one to change that. And now we can get to number 12 with the Pacers and Malcolm Brogdon. If the current Bucks never win a championship, we can always trace it back to them giving Middleton a max contract and Bledsoe $70 million over 4 years while letting Brogdon walk.
That's a lot of money.
Putting up nearly 20 and 10 a night.
I think Brogdon's doing a lot worse than he is in the beginning of the season. On the beginning of the season, this kid was on fire. It was like 20 and 8, 27-8. It was like ridiculous. But now I think he really slowed down. I think he's still hurt. I'm not sure if he's back yet.
Both of those guys, and
he really slowed down.
Much better fit in Milwaukee than Bledsoe is for his ability to shoot, and because of his shot is why I think he's going to be a perfect fit when Victor Oladipo comes back. And speaking of perfect fits,
and Oladipo should be back this week, I think.
For Nuggets and Jamal Murray. Jamal's shown that he can be a second option on the Nuggets, and he's only 22. He showed in the playoffs that himself and Jokic could be a dynamic duo, and he can really help lead a team. Don't get me wrong, Jamal still needs a lot of work. I mean, he's clearly not a traditional passing point guard, but still needs to work on creating opportunities for his teammates, as well as working on his defense, which he got exposed for in the postseason last year. So currently, his max contract
defensively, he's pretty weak.
But I think he'll be worth it if he continues to grow as a player as much as he had already. And it's gonna take time. I mean, if you think of it, he started out as the team's backup shooting guard in his first year, and has had to adjust to being the starting point guard for the past few seasons. Then number 10 goes to the Jazz and Mike Conley.
Alright, this is probably my biggest disagreement in this video. I think Mike Conley's having a terrible season. Overall, in his career-wise, great point guard. But this season alone, he's having a terrible season. I definitely put Devontae Graham, Terry Rozier even, Lonzo, so many people. I'd have Conley in my bottom. I'd have him in my top 20. Definitely not top 15. Or what? I think he's like 12 or something. Definitely not.
Rankings to what they were last year.
Oh no, 10, yeah. Definitely not 10.
Even though that it's safe to say this season he's been off to a pretty slow start, but he's done enough over the years to where just a slow start isn't really going to bring him down too many spots. And you really can't blame him for his start. He spent 12 years in Memphis, and this is the first time he's ever switched teams. So let's hope that's the reason for it. Because his game should be a perfect fit in Utah, with him able to facilitate and create shots for Gobert and Bojan, and to help take pressure off of Mitchell in the backcourt. Number 9, the Thunder with Chris Paul. And this is a huge drop for Paul, who was ranked in at number 3 last season.
Wow, what a drop off.
In itself, but either way, a lot has changed since then, clearly. And he's putting up pretty similar numbers to last season. But he's on a bad team, and now most of the players ranked ahead of him have gotten a lot better. Nothing against CP3 here, but he's lost a lot of the thunder he's had around him from past years. Okay, see what I did there? Seriously though, still a great player.
He's having a pretty good season. I don't know if he's gonna make the All-Star team, but he definitely deserves it.
Philly and Ben Simmons, who ranks in one spot higher than he did last year. And I get that Philly's roster is crowded, but nothing's changed in his game since then. He only moved up one spot because Chris Paul dropped down. He's averaging slightly worse stats, still can't shoot, and it's gonna get old talking about pretty.
Oh wow, that means they have Trae Young above Ben Simmons.
6'10" point guard that was compared to LeBron.
Wow.
He's got the ability to take over.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a tough one. Trae Young's such a good scorer, but he's on a bad team. Ben Simmons has to play with Embiid and Tobias. Oh, speaking of Trae Young.
And this is a ranking where people are either going to be on my side or...
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'd take Ben Simmons over him.
Trae was ranked in at number 6
but only because Trae has, like, no one on his team.
Way more than anyone else on this list.
I don't know. That's like a toss-up. I like Trae a lot, too.
This current moment. The man's averaging 27 and 9 assists a game, almost 40% from 3.
I'm not sure what he's averaging right now, though. Somewhere around that, though.
Every team video, because I didn't know if this hot streak would last, and I didn't want to make too much of a hot take at the time, but now I'm convinced he's just this good. He's still on a bad team and may lack on defense, but with how good he is as a leader and on offense...
Yeah, the defense is probably why I'd take Ben Simmons over it, but the three-point shooting...
spot goes to the Raptors and Kyle Lowry. And it was very surprising to me that I ranked Lowry at this same number 6 spot last year, because I thought he would have been a lot further.
I don't know. I'd probably take Trae over Lowry.
Where he deserves to be this year. He definitely gets some credit for helping the Raptors to a championship, and definitely gets even more credit for how good he's played alongside Fred VanVleet.
But then again, Lowry had so much more on his team.
I don't know for sure that he'll continue on this pace, but right now he's putting up a solid 21 and 6 a game, and has done a great job at helping keep the team look great even after losing Kawhi. Number 5, the Celtics with Kemba Walker. And Kemba moves up 2 spots from last year when he ranked in at number 7. And honestly, if he can keep things up and continue to help the Celtics and their young guys look as good as they have, he could maybe even move up a couple spots before too long. But
yeah, Kemba's doing really good for the Celtics.
He's been a great leader and is on pace to average 25 a game again this year. And after suffering through all those horrible years at Charlotte, he definitely deserves to finally be on top of the Eastern Conference. Number 4, the Rockets with Russell Westbrook, who ranks in at the same spot as he was last year. Russ may not necessarily be playing as good as he has in the past.
Yeah, definitely not playing as good as he has.
And how good he can be. But what he's doing and what he started to do last year is what we've wanted him to do all along and be a clear second option. And he's doing a much better job at it than myself and a lot of other people thought he would. So huge props to Westbrook here. And even though his stats have suffered, we're not going to drop him down to any spots for playing exactly how he should be on the Rockets. Work on your three-point shot, though. Come on. Number 3,
Definitely
the
the
Nets and
three-point shot.
Kyrie Irving. And he falls back a spot from number 2 where he was last year. Even though he's on pace to easily have the best individual year of his career, putting up nearly 30 points.
Yeah, so that means they still have Steph Curry on the list.
Doing so good as a team. I mean, Irving's a ball-dominant point guard that plays a lot of isolation when he's the star. It was clear the past 2 years and is again this year. And to back it up, last season, Brooklyn as a team was 8th in assists. This year so far, they're 28th. The Celtics are also
Curry and who else?
this year with Kemba Walker instead, which isn't a good look for Irving. He left the
What other
Cavs to
point
be
guards are there?
Superstar, but by the looks of it, he's probably much better
Wall?
off
No,
as
there's
being
no
a
way
great
Wall's
second
here.
option instead. Then
Oh, they had
someone
Isaiah
who's
already.
in a similar
Oh,
situation
Lillard, wow.
is the Blazers with number 2 and Damian Lillard. A big improvement.
Yeah,
from
he's
Dino,
been
who
on a
last year
scoring
ranked in at
tear as
number
of
5.
recent.
And it's weird to rank him ahead
I
of
think he
Kyrie
averaged like
when
50
they're pretty
points
much in
a
the
game
same
last
boat.
week.
Lillard's also averaging a career
In like 3 games.
and his team isn't
He's
playing.
having a great season
But while
too.
on paper it is similar, we know this is a different circumstance.
Unfortunately, they're not winning enough games, so that's probably gonna really hurt him, but he's having a good year.
We've seen what he's done with worse teams in the past as the guy and the leader for the team. I do believe though that as the year goes on, these guys will get things together. Then number
And
1
now
goes
Curry.
to the Warriors and Steph Curry. And I know this isn't an exciting choice or one that
Yeah, I don't know if he should have been on the list.
The Warriors are a joke right now, and they were looking like it before Curry even went out with an injury. But when healthy on a healthy Warriors team, Steph's still the best point guard in the league, and nobody has done nearly enough to knock him out of that spot. Hopefully we don't have to wait until next season to see him return and prove it though. And that's gonna wrap things up. The rest of the rank.
So, I agree with most of the list. A few things I didn't agree with. Lonzo, I think he should have been a couple spots up. I think he's like at least top 15, around top 15, 16, 14 area. Mike Conley, I definitely think he should have dropped. I don't think he's top 10 player, point guard, sorry. Definitely not this year. Career-wise, maybe, but this year definitely cannot say that. I'd say he's more around the 20, 18, 19 area. A couple players, I'll just move up and down, but they're all in the same vicinity, so I guess you can't really get too mad at that. But for the most part, it's a pretty good list. I personally wouldn't have Curry on the list just because he's been out like the entire season almost. But otherwise, it's pretty good. So that's all for our top point guards for the 2020 season. I am probably going to react to the shooting guard, small forward, power forward, center. They should be out probably a little bit after this, maybe the day after, maybe the same day, I'm not too sure. But please do leave a like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos. See you soon.